Welcome to Diamond Education Hub's Teaching Tips, sharing some of our teaching ideas, resources and advice in short, bite-sized videos to help teachers improve their practice. If you want to make a difference to how well your students do, keep watching. There is no doubt that teachers make a difference to how well their children do at school. However, there is lots of research on teaching strategies that show that some strategies have far more impact than others. Tip number 1. Clear lesson objectives. It is crucial that you are clear about what it is that you want your students to learn during each lesson. It gives clarity and it highlights what you want the students to know and understand and be able to do. Clear lesson objectives helps the student and the teacher to focus on what clearly matters the most in each lesson, and that is the learning. Tip number 2. Show and tell. You should start most lessons with some show and tell. Telling, sharing information and knowledge with your students. Showing, this involves modelling how to do something. Your lesson objectives clarify the learning, so it's important to show and tell them how to do things you want them to be able to do. You don't want to spend your entire lesson talking, so it is essential that you focus your show and tell on things that matter the most. Tip number 3. Questioning to check understanding. Once you have told students what they need to know, you need to check their understanding before moving on. You can do this by random sampling. This involves asking a question and then pausing, and then randomly choosing a student to answer. The pause is very important, and it allows the student to think of an answer. The random sampling can be as simple as names out of a hat. By using this method, the students get used to having to prepare an answer, just in case they get picked. Another option is to use some form of all-student response system. Thumbs up or down. This will allow you to gauge whether the students have understood the task or not. This is where the students hold up 1 to 4 fingers, reflecting 1 to 4 multiple choices. True or false cards. Children hold up these cards in response to true or false questions. You can use yes or no cards in a similar way. Mini whiteboards. Students write their answers on mini whiteboards before holding them up to the class. Tip number 4. Summarizing learning using graphics or illustrations. Images such as mind maps, Venn diagrams and flowcharts can be used to help students to summarize what they've learnt, understand the interrelationships between the aspects of what you have taught them. Tip number 5. Practice makes perfect. Practice helps students retain the knowledge and skill that they have learned during your show and tell. Therefore, you need to choose practice tasks related to your lesson objectives. Doing so gives another opportunity to check understanding. You can use this opportunity to re-explain things to the class, offer personalized feedback to individual students. Tip number 6. Provide your students with feedback. Giving feedback involves telling the student how they have performed on a particular task, along with ways that they can improve. Remember, feedback is different to praise. Praise focuses on the student, whereas feedback focuses on what the student did. It provides your student with a tangible understanding of what they did, where they are at, and how they can improve. John Hattie suggests that any teachers who seriously want to boost their children's results should start by giving them heaps and heaps of feedback. Tip number 7. Be flexible about how long it takes to learn. The idea that given enough time every student can learn is not as revolutionary as it sounds. It is the central premise around mastery learning, a technique that has the same effect on students' results as social economic status and other aspects of home life. When you adopt mastery learning, you differentiate differently. You keep the learning objectives the same, but you vary the time you give to each child to succeed. I hope you found these bite-sized tips useful. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.